Oh, Jesus. Now you got a big smudge in front of the camera. Now you got a big nose smudge. There we go. A big nose smudge. What's going on? Good morning, everyone. Man, I'll tell you what. Well, today is now Wednesday, so I think I'm gonna bump everything and throw this video on today, and I'll bump the other videos that I got up and set to go, so you guys can see this one today. Today is Wednesday, and yesterday we had some like ridiculous winds. Now we got some winds again today, but not like yesterday. Oh my God, oh, that's not good. I don't think. Hold on a second. Let me look and see what's going on there. All right. That is Sandy's, and it looks like it broke in half. I'd put her stuff there, but this one, and there's the other, it did break. All right, I'm gonna have to move that. Sorry, Sandy. I did not even see that until right now. Anyway, winds were ridiculous yesterday. The new building obviously held up pretty good. I believe I'm going to have to address the chicken run sooner than I had anticipated, because it is just getting worse and worse. It did flip again on me yesterday. The thing is a piece of junk. It just hasn't held up well at all. And so I'm definitely going to have to deal with that. So that's going to suck. But just another thing to add on to the list of things to do. All right, so here's what I wanted to share with you guys. I want to talk about Harvard, right? And Harvard is, oh, that one don't look good. That one don't look good. Oh, that's too funny. That one's okay. I think that one might not be gonna make it here. Let's see, what's this one look like? That one looks pretty janked up too. Alright. I'm just looking at the blueberry bushes real quick while I'm up here. That's one of the new ones. And all those ones up there are the new ones. So these were the older ones. And yeah, two of the older ones are not looking so good, so it's probably a good thing we added new blueberry bushes this year. But anyway, so Harvard is not wanting to go along with the president's decisions on what is acceptable and what is not acceptable for these colleges. And so here's my thought on this whole thing. So anyway, he's cut like $2 billion in aid to Harvard, grants and other things that Harvard gets with federal funding. So here's I wanted to share my thought on this whole situation. Harvard has the right to do whatever it wants to do, okay? But if you want that federal funding, obviously, you're going to need to comply with what the government wants. And if you don't want to do that, then you don't get the funding. I think it's pretty simple, actually. You know, well, we're trying to be a independent and free institution and all this stuff that they're putting out there. Good, yeah, you can do that. Go right ahead, absolutely. Do that all day long without federal funding. I mean, I think that's a very simple solution. You know, rely on your donors, rely on, former students to make up that gap. I'm sure they'll be happy to, contribute to your plans and what you want to do, I'm sure they'll be happy to do that. So, I mean, that's kind of my thing. I'm like so tired of the rhetoric and the nonsense, and we want to do this or we want to do that. Okay, and the president is going. I think he's pretty much saying the same thing. Yeah, okay. You want to do that? You want to do your own thing? You go right on ahead and do that, but you will do it without federal funding. And I think that that's awesome. They're trying to curtail anti-Semitism and a lot of this woke nonsense that's out there. And so, this is a different administration. This isn't Obama 3.0 that we're talking about now. We're talking about, this is Trump 2.0. And I think he learned some lessons from his first time in office. And I think that's why you're seeing what you're seeing. And like I said, me personally, I'm absolutely okay with everything that's going on. Perfectly fine with it. So, interesting stuff for sure. Of course, people are up in arms. Well, like I said, I don't see what the argument's about. I really don't. Either if you want to comply with what the government has mandated, right? Or you don't. So you don't have to. But there's always going to be a consequence for, not complying. Look at all the consequences, folks, for those of us out here that did not participate in the jab, right? I mean, there was consequences for that. People were ostracized. They were shouted out, yelled at, all kinds of stuff going on there. So, there was a, loss of jobs, not able to go different places and all that type of stuff. I remember all that, and I didn't care at the time. I had made a decision, and I stuck by my decision. So there's always consequences for your actions. So that's what Harvard's facing. Harvard is facing the consequences for its actions. So it wants to stand on the moral high ground and say, well, this is what we're going to do. Great. Go right ahead. Do it all day long. But do it without federal funding. Because the federal government says, if you decide to do this, we're not going to help finance you doing it. And like I said, again, I don't have a problem with that. I think a lot of these institutions have gotten away with a lot of crap for a long time. And, but this is what happens when you have newspapers that the government is funding, and it's all Democratic and not any Republicans in there. And when you have these colleges where you have a bunch of liberal-minded thinking professors, this is what's going to happen. It's what's going to happen. So, they can have their thoughts and they can think that they're, going to make that big stand and they're going to show everybody. But again, they're going to find out it don't work like that. So, definitely want to hear your thoughts on this video, guys. I want to hear what you guys say. Hope everybody's having a great day. The sun is out, so that's nice. It's supposed to get warmer. I think this is like the last day that it's supposed to be cooler. We're going to be in the 50s today. So, but again, you can hear the wind. I'll show you the trees. So, it's one of those things. We just got to deal with it. All right, guys, I'll talk to you all later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.